All right, strap in, everybody. Let's take a deep dive into I Am Legend.
Ooh, good choice. A classic.
Definitely. We're going to focus on the science behind that devastating Crippen virus and the ethical dilemmas of searching for a cure in a world gone to
This
pieces.
sounds fascinating.
So imagine New York City, but it's 2012, and a mutated measles virus, the Crippen virus, has wiped out almost everyone. 90% of humanity, just gone.
And those who are left.
They're transformed. They become these nocturnal predators, these they call dark seekers.
Right, right. And the really creepy thing is the Crippen virus, it started as a miracle cure.
Yeah, like a cure for cancer.
Yeah.
It had thousands of successful trials before it mutated.
10,009 to be exact. It's almost hard to believe you have this revolutionary cure and then bam, it turns into a global catastrophe.
Like a science fiction nightmare come true.
Yeah, except instead of robots taking over, it's this rabies-like plague turning people into monsters.
And to top it off, it's airborne, spreading like wildfire.
No escaping that.
Which brings us to our main character, Robert Neville.
Brilliant virologist, probably the last man immune to the virus in all of New York City.
Completely isolated, alone in this massive, empty city, surrounded by these creatures.
Can you imagine the mental strength that would take to wake up every day in that world?
It boggles the mind, really. But Neville, he holds on to his sanity, his purpose, through routine.
Right. He experiments on infected rats, looking for a cure. He scavenges for supplies, keeps himself busy, even broadcasts messages, hoping against hope that somebody, anybody, might hear him.
So he's not giving up. He's actively trying to fight back, claw his way out of this mess. Talk about a glimmer of hope in the darkest of times.
Exactly. And his scientific background is crucial here. He documents everything meticulously, all his experiments with those rats, the different serums he tests, every tiny detail.
Real dedication.
And it's this dedication that leads him to a breakthrough. He finds a serum that reduces the aggression in the rats, even restores their skin pigmentation in one case.
So there's potential there, right? A possibility that the virus could be reversed.
There's a chance, but it comes with a big but. To really understand how the serum works, how to make a viable cure, he needs human trials.
And there's the ethical dilemma.
He's alone, surrounded by the infected, and needs to test his cure. Talk about a moral quandary.
Yeah, a desperate situation.
So Neville captures an infected woman, driven by this need to save humanity, but knowing the risks. It makes you think about the limits of science, right? How far is too far?
And what happens when the fate of humanity rests on your shoulders?
Heavy stuff.
Absolutely. And then there's Neville's relationship with his dog, Sam.
Ah, Sam. They're the only two immune beings in this whole deserted city.
Their bond must be incredible, almost unimaginable.
Such a powerful connection in this bleak and desolate world. A reminder of what Neville's fighting for.
The humanity he's trying to hold on to.
Exactly, but that bond, that glimmer of hope, it gets shattered.
Tragedy strikes.
Right. Sam gets bitten.
By an infected dog.
Yeah, and despite Neville's desperate attempts to save her,
He has to make that impossible choice.
he has to put Sam down. It's devastating for him, for the audience.
You can feel Neville's pain. It fuels his rage.
It pushes him to the brink, leads him to attack a group of the infected.
Recklessly. Almost gets himself killed.
He's lost, consumed by grief and anger.
But then, when all hope seems lost,
Out of the blue,
2 survivors,
Anna and Ethan, they've traveled all the way from Maryland.
following in Neville's broadcasts,
Yeah, they heard his messages and risked everything to find him.
bringing with them the possibility of a survivor colony,
A community out there, somewhere.
a reason to keep fighting. But I have a feeling things are about to get even more complicated.
Oh, definitely. Because their arrival triggers a chain of events.
The infected, they sense it, right?
Especially the alpha male.
The leader of that horde Neville's been watching.
He sees Anna and Ethan as a threat, a disruption to his twisted order.
This alpha male, he's been a menacing presence from the start.
A real force of nature.
Yeah, and now I bet he's going to unleash his full fury.
You got it. He leads this massive attack on Neville's home, a full-on assault.
Whoa, so they're trapped.
Neville, Anna, and Ethan holed up in this fortified house with hordes of infected trying to break in.
I can just picture the chaos.
It's a desperate fight for survival. Neville uses every trick in the book, traps, weapons, his knowledge of the infected.
But those dark seekers, they're relentless.
Fueled by the virus, driven by instinct, and they're slowly wearing Neville down.
They're outnumbered, outmatched. It seems like a losing battle.
It does, doesn't it? But in the middle of all this chaos, there's a glimmer of hope.
Hope? Where
Remember that infected woman Neville captured for his trials?
Right, right.
Well, they noticed something incredible. The serum, it's actually working on her.
No way. So even in the midst of this frantic fight, there's a sign that the cure might actually be real.
A real chance to change everything.
But can they get it out? Can they use it to save others before it's too late?
The clock is ticking. They have this potential cure, this lifeline, but they're surrounded.
And that alpha male, he's closing in,
It's a race against time.
with the fate of humanity hanging in the balance.
And Neville, he knows what he has to do.
He's not going to give up now.
He's never given up. And in this moment, he makes the ultimate sacrifice.
The ultimate sacrifice.
He realizes he can't save himself and the others.
He chooses them over himself.
Exactly. He gives Anna the vial with the cured woman's blood, the key to a possible cure.
Oh, wow.
He tells her and Ethan to escape through a secret tunnel while he holds off the infected.
He's staying behind to give them a chance.
A chance for humanity to survive. And as Anna and Ethan flee, they hear an explosion,
He blew himself up.
taking out a huge number of the infected with him.
A hero's death.
He sacrificed himself to give them a chance for the world to start anew.
But did it work?
We see Anna and Ethan driving off towards the survivor colony, but that's where the story ends.
It leaves you hanging.
It does. It makes you question everything. Did Neville's sacrifice actually matter?
Did they make it? Did humanity find a way back from the brink?
That's the brilliance of I Am Legend. It doesn't give you all the answers.
It makes you think.
It forces you to confront the darkness, the hope, the resilience of the human spirit.
It's a real cliffhanger, isn't it? I mean, did they make it? Did Neville's sacrifice mean anything?
That's the question that sticks with you. Did humanity survive? Did they rebuild? Or was it all for nothing?
And even if Anna and Ethan did reach that colony, what kind of world are they facing? A world forever changed by the Crippen virus.
A world where the line between human and monster is blurred, where danger lurks around every corner. I Am Legend doesn't sugarcoat it. It shows you the harsh realities of a world ravaged by disease.
But even in that darkness, there's a glimmer of hope, right? I mean, Neville's story, it's a story of resilience, of fighting for survival against all odds.
Absolutely. He never gave up hope, never stopped searching for a cure, even when he completely alone. And ultimately, his sacrifice gave others a chance to maybe, just maybe, start over.
It makes you think about the impact of our choices, doesn't it? Even in a world gone mad, one person's actions can make a difference.
And it raises questions about our own humanity, what we would do in a similar situation. Would we have the courage to face those fears, to fight for survival, to sacrifice ourselves for the greater good?
Heavy stuff.
It is. But that's what makes I Am Legend so compelling. It forces us to confront these uncomfortable truths, to look into the mirror and ask ourselves what we're truly capable of.
It's not just a post-apocalyptic thriller, it's a reflection of our own fears and hopes.
Exactly. The fear of disease, of the unknown, of losing everything we hold dear, but also the hope for redemption, for survival, for a future where humanity can overcome even the greatest challenges.
And it leaves us with this lingering question. What does it truly mean to be human in a world that's teetering on the edge of collapse? A world where the old rules no longer apply and the choices we make determine the fate of us all.
It's a question worth pondering, a question that I Am Legend throws right in our faces, and ultimately, it's a question that each of us has to answer for ourselves.
Well, folks, there you have it. Our deep dive into I Am Legend. We explored the science behind the Crippen virus, the ethical dilemmas of searching for a cure, and the raw, emotional journey of Robert Neville.
A story that reminds us that even in the darkest of times, hope can flicker, and the human spirit can endure.
We hope you enjoyed this deep dive, and we encourage you to continue exploring the world of I Am Legend and all the questions it raises about humanity, survival, and the choices we make in the face of the unknown.
And remember, the future is not set in stone. It's up to us to write the next chapter.
Rocking lobsters rise up tall. Pincers flashing, hear that call. Sandy shores, their new domain. Crustacean rulers break the chain. Country lands, oceans tide. From the currents can't hide. Pinch of fate, claws of doom. Underwater kings make room. Rock lobsters taking over.